I think it's around 10:30, 10:45 at night here on the East Coast. And yeah, I'm finally settled for the night and feel like I can do the live stream. I had wanted to do the live stream while I was giving out free comics today, and I really thought I was going to. There was at least 3 moments where I thought I was going to, but what was fascinating was the timing this year was unlike anything. Hey Joe was unlike anything I've ever had before. I had last year very big morning. Like I opened at 12 and it went to like 1 pretty heavy, and then it died off until about 3:30, 4. This time I was pretty much dead. I think I gave out a dozen comic books between 12 and 1, and then between 1 and 2 maybe another 20 maybe. Now again, we didn't talk about this much because I was away and everything was crazy, but the town, I think I mentioned this once, the town did not go around with a flyer, to put up, which again, I wouldn't have been there for. Last year they did go around, but I wasn't there for it, so I printed it up. This year they sent us one to print up. It's in color. My ink is I don't have color ink in my printer right now, but more than that, I was away, and then this whole week was doing crazy things to go to the library and print it up on their color printer. It just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't a priority. Everyone knows we give away comics, and I was going to have the door open. Now some years I have the door open and it's like 40 degrees outside, so it's obvious we must be giving something away. Today it was like almost 80 degrees. There was a breeze, but it was still quite warm. So I don't know if everyone got that. I was giving away comics. A lot of them walked past and they looked for the sign and they kept going. Fine. But we ended up from about 3:15 where it still trickled. It was still slow at significant, like half-hour chunks. There was no one at times. 3 to like 5, we really picked up. It felt kind of normal. And then 5, it was later than I have ever had it, except when it's Crazy Sunday. Hey, David, we're just talking about giving out the free comics at the store every year now for 10 years. We've been giving out free comics to the town trick-or-treaters. Our town runs a parade and encourages stores to give kids candies and whatever they're. So I saw, very interesting. I'm always interested in what costumes I see. First off, last year I saw a few Megans, the horror doll. I saw a lot more this year. A lot more. And then another thing, tons of early teens, 13 through 15, dressed as Care Bears. A lot of boys just with Care Bear Karagumis on, like that's their costume. That's like groups of them, multiple, 3 or 4 groups of Alvin and the Chipmunks, 3 or 4 groups of Alvin and the Chipmunks, from like women, I think in their 20s or older teens, to a group of 12-year-olds and one in between that. Like Alvin and the Chipmunks, that's a thing again. A lot of Spider-Mans. A lot. Like, first off, I got 180. 180 Spidey comics, right? With okay. That the cartoon is so big that of the 40 people I had before 5 p.m., almost all of them were little kids who took the Spidey comic. By 6, I was out of it. And I was having 3rd graders, 4th graders going, "Oh, do you have Spidey this year?" Because they read the comic last year. They liked the show. So it was something. Spider-Boy was not as big a hit as I thought. Trying to think of other interesting costumes I saw. Yeah, right? Spider-Man's always, because I think they've got the Spider-Man in the movies for like the younger kids, and then the little kids now have had Spidey. Spidey's been going on for 3 years. If a kid has Disney Plus and anyone in the house likes superheroes, the kid has seen Spidey. And a lot of kids watch a lot of Spidey. A lot of Ghost Spiders that were clearly like Disney Store, not actually looks like the show, but is a lot more pink. Her spider is pink, like bright spray paint pink, and there's pink wings. And I'm like, the regular costume's fine, guys. I don't know, maybe they don't make that. I did see a bunch of kids though in regular Spider-Gwen costumes, both Spider-Gwen, one or two Spider-Gwens, and one or two that were clearly Ghost Spider from Spidey. A lot of bells for Princess, a lot of bells, a lot of jasmines. I gave a little girl Sue Lee's Maleficent. This is when we were down to our free comic book day stuff, and she said, "It's me on the cover." And I looked over, and she's dressed like Maleficent. I gave a Wicked Witch of the West a Maleficent. A lot of family costumes. I had a Belle whose mom was a teapot and father was the Beast. I don't know what the fan fiction there is, but a lot of fun. But it was really slow at times, and it went much later. Previous years, by like 6 or 7, it's just preteens out. Maybe little groups of 12-year-olds together, and maybe a few 10-year-olds with parents. After 6 tonight was like not all, but tons of little kids. Tons of little kids, like 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds going. And I was just like, oh, I should have saved some Spideys. I was long gone on those. We had the Encanto Turning Red flip book. That one was popular with that crowd for a while. And yeah, we moved 1,000 comic books. We gave 1,000 comic books out. About 500 to 600 of those had details about our sale, the clearance sale that we're doing all November. Hopefully some people see that. I told a few people, I spoke to people. We had customers throughout the day, which is always a challenge. I have the store iPad up front while I'm handing out comics. People ask me questions while I'm handing out comics. It's a thing, but it's fun. We do not in this house talk about Bruno. It's not done. His gift was a curse. I could say a lot about Encanto. I have a lot of nerd boy, oh, how does that work questions, but what are you gonna do? Look, at this point, when it comes to Encanto, I'm just happy if my son is watching, if he wants to watch Encanto, which he hasn't in a while. That if he's watching Encanto, he's watching Encanto, and not that concert at the Hollywood Bowl. That's my only. As long as it's not in concert at the Hollywood Bowl, you can do what you want. All right. Joe, we are not singing. This is a non-singing, non-dancing channel. You know this, Joe. All right. I'm going to go. But yeah, 1,000 comics given out. That's great. We did an okay day of business. Most of my regulars avoided it. I had one customer come in a Scooby-Doo Kuragumi, walks in, and I go, "You have something on hold?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't know. It's Thursday. You're open. I drove to come." And I'm like, "But you're dressed for Halloween." And she goes, "Well, yeah, it's Halloween." All right. I got to go. Tomorrow we'll review the week, which has been quite a week. Until then, remember, damn it, babies, you got to be kind.